There we go. I pressed start.
Hi.
Okay, hey.
It's fine, fam. We should start calling them that. It's fine, fam.
I just rocked the boat.
Don't rock that boat, baby.
There was
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Just relax and let it float. Don't rock the boat. That's a real song. I don't know. I'll have to ask my sister. I'm sure she remembers it.
Don't think it is. But anyway.
Okay.
All right. So, happy Friday.
Friday!
It's Friday. It's the day that we do the things.
October 19th.
October 19th. Do you know what happened this week?
Mm-mm.
It was my 1-year anniversary of saying that I was dating someone.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, cute picture also. I love that picture.
That picture will live in infamy. My husband has that picture everywhere.
Because it's cute.
Well, but here's the thing. What have you ever just had a picture that you look at for so long and you're like, I'm so sick of this picture?
If I look good, no. I'm like, make it bigger. Because I'm humble. Can we talk about this accidental similarity? What'd you say? Cardi weather?
It's Cardi weather.
Like Cardi B?
Not like Cardi B. She's savage.
I know. I don't like her. She's raunchy.
You know, she just tried to beat Ariana Grande up?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, at an award ceremony.
Okay.
I'm not all about that business, but I think Ariana Grande
Isn't she like a kid? And Cardi... I don't know. I'm not relevant.
Ariana's security beat the heck balls out of her.
Cardi.
And they escorted her out. But anyway, I'm not a big Cardi B fan.
I don't know. I just know her name.
But I do like it like that. See what I did there?
Sure. I know that song. I didn't know it was her. Anyway, can we talk about things that are not dumb? Like Cardi B.
It's fine.
She's going to come beat me up.
I just want people to think that I know things about things that are really happening in the world.
Because you work with millennials. I work with the 3-year-olds. You know what I know? Baby Shark.
No.
You don't know Baby Shark?
Oh, I know Baby Shark.
Girl.
I don't live under a rock.
Stressing me out.
But anyway, so this week we started out and it was like full on summer.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, a day later, it was Christmas.
And I was so excited.
It was so cold, and now it's fall.
Yeah.
So I'm just, my body doesn't know. I don't know what to wear. Every morning I have to wake up and be like, hey, weather app, what am I going to wear today?
I'll answer that for you. Pajama pants and a t-shirt or a sweatshirt.
My workplace frowns on pajama pants.
Yeah. Well.
So I cannot be participating in that mad behavior.
I'm an active participant in that mad behavior.
I would not. So when my kids were growing up and they were teenagers, they'd always want to wear pajama pants to Walmart. And I'm like, we are not those people.
And I'm like, hey guys, look at my pajama pants.
And my Budweiser t-shirt.
I wish I had one.
On backwards.
With the
sleeves cut off. And my slippers.
Well, I don't do slippers. Yeah, like the floors are nasty. Have you ever like, never mind.
Yeah.
We want Walmart to sponsor us, so we'll stop.
Walmart
We're okay defaming,
us.
They already do. We're okay defaming Cardi B, but Walmart we want as a sponsor. This is really killing me right here. Anyway, talk about something real so I can look at my hair.
Anywho, yeah. So anyway, with this whole seasons thing, I just realized, so you know how in my job I have to do a lot of self-development. And so, don't let me interrupt you. It's totally fine.
I'm done.
You just text your friends while we're,
It's one of my customers. Whatever. I have to do it. Because I sell things. I make deliveries. Go ahead, please. Sorry.
She didn't say what she delivers.
Stuff.
But anyway.
Smack.
But Tasha delivers. Anywho. Okay.
Happens.
So I have to. Somebody stop us.
You have to, in your work.
In my work, I have to do a lot of development type stuff. So, like, we do strengths finders, we do the EQI, we do Myers-Briggs, we do all the things. Anyway, so I'd be knowing about myself. But here's the thing. So, when I started working at my workplace, I had to take the EQI.
Work.
Which is an emotional intelligence test. And so it talks about how you handle stress. It talks about, what else does it talk about?
Your emotional intelligence.
It talks about my emotional intelligence. It talks about like my self-regard. It talks about how optimistic I am. It talks
It's been years
about,
since I've done it. I don't remember.
you need to do it again. So anywho, I had to do it again after it's been 4 years. Well, I remember taking the test the first time, and I remember, so some of the questions are, I'm happy with my life, or I feel good about who I am as a person. And you know, you have to rate it from 1, which is strongly disagree, to 5, which is strongly agree. And I remember the first time taking this test, and I just remember some of those questions, it was like, and part of me was answering it going, if I'm real honest, am I going to lose my job? Just because I was in a situation where, you know, I was not happy. I was not happy. I was living with someone who did not add any value to my life and actually took away value. And I was so miserable, but I kept knowing, I knew in that season that God was going to work all things out for the good, because I love him and I've been called according to his purposes. So I knew that he would work it out. So in those seasons when you're just so discontent and so unhappy with your life, you just have to be future minded in knowing that it will not always be that way. And I loved what one of our leaders said at the event we went to a couple of weeks ago, when he said he would never ever say again that this is just a season. Because when you say this is just a season, basically you're saying you can stay there for quite some time and there's no plan of getting out.
Yeah.
But when you acknowledge that it's a season, now what am I gonna do because it is a season? Then it gives you that momentum to say, I'm not gonna stay in this season. This is what I'm gonna do in order to make headway in getting out of the season.
Like you wait for it to pass on its own, as opposed to taking initiative and moving forward intentionally. So yeah.
So much better than what I was trying to say.
You're
I could
right.
not word
That's
it well.
why we're doing this.
And so anyway, I always just said it was just a season. It was just a season. Well, that season was 8 years old. I mean, it was an 8-year season, and to some degree, it was a 24-year season. But anyway, I just remember my self-regard on that EQ test was so low. I mean, like, it was crazy. And I told you I had to take the test again, and I was taking it, and there was 138 questions, but the ones that stood out to me were the ones that were like, I love my life, I feel good about who I am, or just things about contentment, basically, in who I am and how my life is going. And I just wanted to hit strongly agree. I mean, the whole entire time. And what's so funny is that, you know, because of my personality type, I am a 7 on the Enneagram, which is an adventurous or a joyous person or whatever. And you are too. We're always looking for the next thing. Like we can't, so like right now, I'm not content in doing this podcast or vlog thing with you, because I'm already thinking about something that I'm going to be doing at 3 o'clock today, which I'm excited about. But then the 3 o'clock thing comes today, and I'm finally doing it. But then I'm excited about what's going to happen at 6 o'clock.
Dinner.
So I can't enjoy. I can't enjoy anything because I'm just jumping from thing to thing to thing. And I've gotten to a place in the last 3 months, for the first time in my life. Y'all, I'm 45 years old. I got a toe in the grave. And I mean, I've lived a lot of life. And for the first time in 45 years, I'm to a place where I want time to stand still. I'm so content with this moment that I'm in, because I'm just really excited about the season that I'm in. And if time stops, I'm totally cool with it. If we come to a state of arrested development and nobody moves any further, I'm totally okay. And I've never been able to say that. And I was telling you earlier that as a 7, if you don't have any self-development, you just run around doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I mean, like, those are the people jumping out of planes and doing all the wild stuff. And when I was younger and didn't know, I just was a joy junkie. I was just looking for all the ways to get joy. It was never enough. I mean, it was like you just couldn't get enough.
Gluttony.
Yeah, gluttony. Can't get enough joy. And then it's like you're just trying to dish it out to everybody, and they're all like, "Are you high?"
Yeah.
So, and now, I'm just to a place where I'm just absorbing the joy. And after such a long season of just sadness and, all the things, it feels good to finally be in that place. But the encouragement there is that, it was a season. Whatever we're going through, it is a season. That doesn't mean we, justify it by saying it's a season and then we just sit there and do nothing about it.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah. Well, and, we've talked about how we don't talk about what we're going to talk about on here, but we kind of just, we arrive at a topic. So this is kind of the topic. And she kind of alluded to what she just talked about. And then I'm thinking, where am I at? And so where am I at? And so I've just come out of a season of healing and like, gosh, like my self-regard is good. Like I've blogged about that and things like that. And I feel good, like internally, like who I am, all this. But, and I'm not blaming the kids, but where we are is challenging. So Ari's 12 going on.
I have the 14-year-old.
Yeah, well, I feel like she's going on, I don't know what. But she's 12, and so she's pushing every boundary, every limit. Everything is hyper emotional, and whether it's happy or it's so difficult, and it's hard for me to just be very like unmovable. I don't know. It's hard. It's challenging. It's challenging. So then I've got her, and then we've got Isaiah who's 10, and so I think he's got his hormones going, and then we have a 3-year-old. And I just really feel like it's hard with all of them where they are in their stages of development. And so there's that. And then our house is smaller. We've got a little house that's just, it's snug. It's snug.
But the bedroom is huge. Do you see this business?
It's an they probably can't, but there's a lot more space that way. It's an add-on.
It's the size of my living room.
It's probably also half the size of the rest of the house. So anyway, it's just, but this house is small, and I stay home with them. We homeschool, and so we're just always home. So everything is all the time, not that I love or hate public school or whatever, or sending kids away to school, but there's just a break there, and it's shared responsibility, and I'm not complaining, but this is why I feel like I'm always like, so this morning I was telling Shannon that this morning was challenging with the kiddos, and I just don't recover as quickly. So then I'm like still a little tense, you know what I mean? And then just being married and sharing my life with my husband and all this stuff. So this season is challenging. And so what I was saying, like as we were talking about what we were going to talk about, is I have to maintain my perspective of joy, like finding joy. Like right now, Shannon's just breathing it, like it's her in and out, and it's just so good, and that's great, and I've been there, and I'll be back there, that's just kind of normal. But for me, I have to find the joy. I have to find the things to be thankful for, and find the things to be content about, because I'm a 7 as well. So my current deck chair on the ship that's going down is finding a bigger house. I gotta find a bigger. So I'm always on Zillow looking for houses, and you're selling your house, tell me about it, and trying to figure out, can we get a bigger house? What's the biggest house? I literally last night before bed was on Zillow, kind of dreaming, and I'm looking at houses that are at least a million bajillion % out of our price range. Like I did the highest. So I'm looking at like 8-bedroom mansions that are 3 miles away.
You can go on House Hunters.
I don't want to, because it's gonna be like
$30,000 a year, and I have a $2 million budget
for real. And so I'm looking at these, and I'm like, okay, so if the mortgage is $3,500 a month, like $3,500 a month, then so that's only $2,500 more than our budget for a mortgage. You know what I mean? Like it's just dumb.
Maybe we can swing it
with a little prayer and. I don't know what. So anyway, the whole point is like I have to make sure that I'm looking for that, and so I need to celebrate those wins with my daughter, and I gotta take her out, and I gotta talk with Isaiah, and it's just so hard right now.
It is hard.
And the holidays are coming, so they're already talking about like Halloween, you know, we do celebrate Halloween, a cultural holiday. We celebrate that. Christmas, what do they want? They're already talking about what they want for Christmas. And I'm like, I want you to clean your room today. I don't care about Christmas. I want your room clean. You know, that kind of thing. So,
you know, I want you to get out of my face. How about that?
Is it bad to say, get out of my face? So, anyway, that's just where I'm at. And, you know, the thing is I know it's there. And the thing, and like, God is doing something in us. I realize that. I recognize that. But it doesn't make it any easier. You know, and I've got friends I can talk to that are like, hey, it sucks. Yeah. So, just keep on keeping on. And the one thing that I am telling myself right now, and I know it could get harder or whatever, but what I tell myself is I don't want to ruin the relationship. Like, I can shut down a bad attitude in a minute and a half, but I don't want to kill the relationship. I don't know how else to say it. Just want to maintain that connection. So it's shut it down in the moment, you know, remove the child from the situation, and then come back and talk about it. You know, turn on the Full House music.
Is that what you do?
Sometimes, not with music. No, I don't turn on music, but like, hey, so that sucked. That was hard, right? Yeah. And then, well, I know you don't understand why I say what I say, but sometimes I just need you to obey without understanding why. You know, that kind of thing.
Trust me. I need you to trust me.
Something happened. She turned 12, and it was just like,
her neurons aren't firing very fast, is what it is.
You know what? She's about to.
It's high decision control, low impulse control. No, high decision. How did that go again? I can't remember when I took adolescence. Like
Kids? Okay.
Yeah, for adolescents. It's like they have high decision making, but low impulse control.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that. Well, and the thing is like everything that goes on, we have input from our kids, even the 3-year-old. And they have an opinion, and they have a voice, and they want to be heard, and we want to hear them, but they don't always have a platform from which to
full knowledge.
Speak into maybe, or awareness of what's going on. And there's something to be said for we're just the parents. We're going to make this decision.
Trust me.
About what it is.
It's a trust situation.
Yeah. And so then my inclination is to doubt myself, my capabilities as a parent. You know, have I set the example, or have I made it so that they can't trust me? You know, what have I done to play into this? Have I done anything? And I wrote about it on Monday, I think it was Monday, about those bids or those cues or whatever. And so that is something I'm being mindful of. You know, hey, mommy, will you play with me? Will you sit down and do this thing? Or hey, look at my Lego creation or whatever. Taking those times to listen to them there so they do feel heard. You good? You good?
Yeah.
Got a bone!
No.
Anyway, so making sure they do feel heard so that when I don't hear them, like when they want to keep talking back, then that's okay.
Well, and you want them to feel heard so that when they really do have issues that are life and death, they can come to you and talk to you about them.
Yeah.
You know, that was one of the things that I was really big with my kids about, is I wanted them at least, and I was not a perfect parent, let's go ahead and put that out there, but you know, I wanted our lines of communication to be open so that if they saw me listening to them in the small things, then they knew that I would listen to them in the big things. And so, girl, you just gotta every day put one foot in front of the other and just do it.
Let me ask you this about this listening in the small things. What if they talk 24/7 about all the small things? Like, I can't listen to 3 of them all the time about everything, and they all want to talk. I don't feel like I'm... What is the word? Embellishing? No, what's the word? Exaggerating. Oh my gosh. I don't feel like I'm exaggerating. So when they want to listen all the time is... Like, I have no idea...
Yeah.
I don't know, and I've said, hey, I love you, but I can't listen to this about this Minecraft right now, you know, or I'm listening to your brother, and it's like it's almost like they're in line, you know, waiting for their chance.
Well, they're vying for your time because there's more than one of them, so they're always. Well, I do understand that. We haven't gotten.
I just don't want to ruin them. I don't want to be raising the next serial murderer or shooter-upper of the post office or whatever. Because my mom never listened to me, you know.
They're generally full-blooded white. I think you're fine.
They don't have a smidgen of Portuguese. She said it, girl. She said it.
I mean, look at them all. They're all, there's no ethnicity in any of them.
You know, I've told my children that they're leaders. They want to lead the way and be the first minority to shoot up the post office.
They would be the first ones.
I know. Anyway, y'all feel me? So I know. It's good.
But what I would say about that is, you know, they're trying to communicate with you, so you can communicate with them. And you need to, you know, you can share with them, you know, you're trying to bring me your needs, let me bring you mine. So what I need right now, you need for me to hear you, and I want to hear about this Minecraft thing. I really, really do. But right now, I need a couple of minutes, and when the hand turns this on this clock, you can come talk to me about Minecraft. But you have good systems in place, too, where you make them come back to read so that you have some quiet times. Y'all, can I say this? I'm going to say this. So I will never forget one of the things that I was so guilty of when I was a parent was I felt like I had to entertain my children 24/7. Like if they were awake, it was my job to be in tune with them, to be interacting, making sure that they had something going, all that. And that's where we get this self-centered mindset that this generation has these days, because we haven't taught them how to self-soothe. We haven't taught them that the world does not revolve around them. And so one of the things that I learned was I let them know ahead of time, you know what makes me a good mom is when I can have some time to myself. So my kids, they had an 8 o'clock bedtime, even when they were in middle school, high school, whatever. I'm like, you don't have to go to sleep, but you got to get out of here. You're going to go to your room. That's your quiet time. You do whatever. But this is my time to reboot from 8 o'clock on. Now, Friday and Saturday night, that was a whole other totally different deal. But because I was able to regenerate, what ends up happening is on Friday night, when they don't have bedtimes, I want to be with them. So we'd buy pizza and make brownies, and we'd have movie night. I mean, it was almost every Friday night because I had built a relationship of boundaries that when they got older turned into friendship. And so it's okay right now. And if you're not feeling the tension, then that means you're not parenting well.
Right.
The tension means I am trying, and I want to be attuned to my kids. I want to be attuned to what I need, and I want to be attuned to what God wants me to do as a parent, because I know that parenting, the end result happens when they leave my house, and I am working for that day. The work that I'm putting in today are so that they are a good human being when they leave my house. So that's just what we have to work for.
Is it okay if some days I'm like, it's fine if they just leave?
If you are a mass murderer, leading the way.
Yeah, no, and I love my kids. Anybody that knows me in real life, like, I do love them. I just, like, it just gets to me. And so that's some good things. And I'm hearing, you know, you saying this, and I remember what a counselor told me ages ago, like, kids, they're either, like, acting out for attention, power seeking, and there was one more thing, I don't remember what she said, but I'm like, well, what if all of them are seeking all of them at the same time, you know? And so I'm kind of extremist in my thinking. I see that.
Because that's what we do as sevens.
Is that what we do?
We're the best.
Because I'm just like, yeah, all the time. So, and they're good kids, and that's the thing.
They're
like,
great kids.
They will do stuff and say stuff, and I'm like, you know.
That's
so
my baby.
I need to celebrate that with them more, because maybe that's it too. I'm a little off. Like, all I'm seeing is just like the wayward, and I need to celebrate this over here. I need to acknowledge that.
That's good too.
And that will also
Your
help
kids
me
are
find
so
that.
smart, and they are good kids, and they make good choices. They really do. She's got great kids.
They're good kids. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, but they're just going through it, you know. And we talk about everything. That's probably why they feel like they can talk about everything. We talk about.
You started the president. It's your fault.
It's Jose's fault. Y'all know me. Y'all know Jose. He don't ever shut up.
Whatever.
Anyway. Okay, well, thank you for that therapy session. Welcome to my therapy session. We might make it out after all.
You're going to make it out. Your kids are going to be the president of the United States one day.
Well, at this point.
If we've learned anything about this administration, anybody can be president.
Including my 3-year-old. And he might do a better job. You know, fear God and respect the king. I respect the seat.
Respect.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T. I forgot I can't sing again. Hey, Shannon.
Yeah. What am I grateful for?
Yes, I was gonna say, how was your week?
That was 24 minutes ago.
What are you grateful for?
I'm grateful. My parents are in town.
Ooh, so you're grateful for being a child?
Yeah.
Because they went through this.
They did go through this.
Anyway, okay, so your parents are in town.
Lord have mercy on all our souls. So yeah, they're in town for 10 or 11 days. We can't figure out how long they're in town.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's going to be a while. But anyway, yeah, it's been fun.
Are you doing fun things with them?
Okay.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. Had a little technical difficulty.
My phone is full.
Her iPhone storage is full, so now
because
we're on
I haven't deleted any of our It's Fines before.
But anyway, it's fine. Okay, so
So I'm grateful that my parents are in town. That's what I'm grateful for this week.
And you're doing fun things with them?
We're doing fun things. Yes, they're coming to my Harry Potter party.
Oh.
So excited. They got to see the 16-foot Dementor sitting out front of our house. That was fun.
Did they see him crying, weeping?
No, he wasn't crying this time because it wasn't raining. But yeah,
the rains will come.
The rains will come. So that's what I'm grateful for. I'm excited that they get to come see what they're literally going to get a taste of our life because they're going to be here for 11 days. So
yeah,
they're going to get to go to church events with us. They'll be here for, you know, all the things.
All right.
Yeah. What about you?
I am grateful for.
Uh-oh.
What?
I don't know what your face is.
No, it's good. I was just. It's gonna sound weird, but I'm just gonna call it. I have a new cousin named Amanda, and I am so grateful for her. Like we had I keep saying 2 hour long. It might have been closer to 3 hour long Facebook Messenger conversation. And I hit the table. Sorry. I'm grateful for her. Like it's just like a relationship that I never knew that could be there, but it's just so fulfilling. And so when we're messaging and stuff like that, I just let me get my foot off here.
Yeah, keep shaking the phone. Stop that. There's earthquakes.
Anyway, so the thing is like I told her, I was like, I find myself missing you, but then I'm like, wait, I don't even know who you are. But then I'm like, but I really do miss her. And she's like, oh gosh, I feel the same way. And she's like, oh, just send her a message. Wait, don't be clingy. So she's got this like, you know what I mean? Like it's just mutual friendship, you know, and we're family. So anyway, hey Amanda, say hi to Amanda.
Hi to Amanda.
She's the greatest thing in the whole wide world. So.
Am I supposed to say that too?
Well, you can.
Oh, you're the greatest thing in the whole wide world.
She's funny, too. She's just got some really good humor. Although she doesn't like pickled eggs, and that's just stressful to me. So, I love pickled eggs.
I think it's more stressful that you like pickled eggs.
I got something in my eyeball. Do you see that? Anyway, I like pickled eggs. I like olives, and I like olive bagels, but I've never had one because she hasn't given me one yet. She's got to figure out how to get me one, but I'm grateful for her. So,
Amanda, I got you. No pickled eggs.
She tried. She said she tried the pimento olive spread and she hated it. I'm like, well, more for me. But her husband likes that stuff. So I feel like maybe that's, you know, opposites and stuff. So she's probably married to a male me. Lucky for her. Anyway.
So lucky.
Second time. Anyway, all right. Well, thank you for coming back with us in our last 2-3 minutes of technical stuff.
It's been great.
It's been fun. It's been real fun. Bye.
All right, guys.